back to the Race Fight Smokehouse and Grill. Today we are going to be doing a crowd favorite. We're going to be making some lollipop chicken legs, smoking them out on the Weber Smokey Mountain. These things are always fantastic. The presentation alone is a wow factor. People absolutely love the way they look, and it's fun eating anything with a handle. So you get a little handle on your chicken leg, you're going to love it. So let's get started, show you how we get this done. It's actually a pretty easy process, a little labor intensive, but you know, it's worth it in the end when you see people's faces. So first thing you do, make sure you get a good sharp knife, and you're going to cut around about right around here to get that fat or that skin off. So slice all the way around. Make sure you get all the way down to the bone there, because you're going to end up pulling this all off. There you go. Then what's easiest I found is you take a paper towel and you just go ahead and you kind of pull that rest of the chicken skin off there. Then it'll be nice and clean. Push that down and you see you're gonna have what they call lollipop chicken. So you got a little handle there. One thing you need to make sure you do, there is a bone that travels down the actual bone. So you wanna make sure you pop that, break it, and get that out of there, because you don't want that in there while you're eating it and catch a sharp bone. So that's kind of the biggest pain right there, but it's worth it. Go ahead and get that out. Clean these up nice. And we'll go ahead and get these set in the pan. And I'm gonna end up doing all these the same way. We'll put them in a pan and we'll pat it with butter, get some butter in there to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. You get that nice butter flavor. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these, and I'll come back once I get that finished. Hey everybody, I've got these all Frenched, the skin taken off the bone. Here's what they look like. We're gonna go ahead and get these rubbed. Today the rub we're using is the Killer Hogs Hot Bbq. This right now is my favorite. Fantastic flavor, fantastic color. So I'm gonna go ahead, give these a rub. If I didn't mention it on the first part, when you're after you cut it, take the skin off the bone, you really want to push down and you get a nice big meatball on the bottom of the chicken. So if I didn't mention that, you know, use that in your steps when you're doing it. So I'm going to go ahead, rub these up, try to get every side of them. At the bottom, all over. Now, being that it's in a pan and we're going to put butter in there, the bottom is going to baste in its own juices and the butter, which makes fantastic taste. And eventually, once these get enough smoke and kind of get up to temperature, we are going to baste them with a little glaze. And it's just a simple glaze. I'm going to use some of my favorite barbecue sauce, and I'm gonna mix in a little apple juice with it to thin it out, give it a little extra sweet. And then we'll put these back on, not in the pan. We'll put them on a little grate to help it, so you're not moving 16 pieces of chicken at once. You only have to move the grate by itself, but the grate by itself, excuse me. Okay, these are all seasoned up now. For a little trick that I've learned through trial and error and also from watching YouTube videos, you want to put some aluminum foil around the leg. You took all the time and care to take that skin off, but if you let it cook without covering the bone, it's going to turn black. And it's going to kind of have a nasty, ugly presentation at that point. So just put some aluminum foil over it and it'll protect that bone. It'll come out nice and clean. So what I'll do as a little test is I'm going to leave a couple of these, one or two of them uncovered, so we could do a comparison as to why you want to cover them up. Especially you're doing all this work and you're always trying to wow your friends or family, whoever you're serving. You don't want to give them a dark, ugly chicken leg. So we'll go ahead and finish these up. I'll keep a couple of them uncovered and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We've got them all rubbed up, all wrapped up with the foil. You can see here I left two pieces undone, no foil on them, just so we could see how the bone changes color if you don't protect it. So now what I'm going to do, I have some butter here. I'm just going to take a few pats, just place them around in here, and that's going to melt nicely into the pan while it's cooking. Give that bottom a little bit of crisp, a little bit extra flavor. It's going to be fantastic. And that's just going to melt while it's cooking, and it's going to baste that bottom with the juices. It's going to come up a little bit. It's going to all mix together and just taste fantastic. Okay, so when I get these out there, I'm going to try to stand them up as much as I can, give them as much room as possible. But throughout the cooking, they will end up touching each other a little bit in this small of a pan. You could do it however you want, bigger pan, separate. I'm just going to do it this way for now. And during the cook, as I'm checking it, I'll go in and rotate them, make sure that all sides are getting enough smoke and heat. Make sure they're touching that butter and juice enough. And then that's it. We'll wait for it to reach the temperature I'm looking for, which is going to be about 160. And then I'll pull these, unwrap the foil, dip them in the glaze, put them back on the grill with the rack, and let that sauce set up. And then I'll hit it with a little Cajun seasoning at the end, and it comes out fantastic. It gives a little kick, nice barbecue-y, smoky flavor, and great tender chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the Weber Smokey Mountain fired up right now, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, we got the fire set up and going, and we're going to put it all back together, the Weber Smokey Mountain back together here, and let it get up to temp. Got a nice new clean water pan full of water, ready to go to help regulate the temperature. So let me put this back together and we'll be back once it gets up to temp. We're gonna wanna cook around 250 to 275 today. Be right back. Okay, so our smoker's up to temp. We're reading about 265 right now on our Weber iGrill 2. So we're gonna go ahead, put these on. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick a temp probe right in the leg of one of these, just to kind of give us a guideline. Make sure it's not hitting the bone. You want it right in the meat. That'll give us a way to kind of follow it. And then we'll come back out in about an hour, check with a instant read thermometer around a few of them, rotate them, make sure that they're all getting the proper exposure to the heat and smoke, and we'll be back in about an hour. Okay, it's been close to an hour. We're gonna go ahead, check them, see how they're looking. See, they're looking great. Getting nice color, kicking up real nice. Let's go ahead and see what we're reading here. 125, 128. 121, 130. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give these guys some spins here. rotate the pan a little bit. Try to get different. So it looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and let it go again. We'll monitor the internal temp. We're looking to go to about 160, and then we're going to sauce and put back on. So we'll be back in about maybe half hour. Okay, so based on the iGrill 2 temp, our chicken's reading at about 160 internal, 161. So we're going to go open it up, check it with the Insta-Read pen. Now these are looking fantastic. Let's take a look here with the instant read. 50, 50, 51, 3. All right, so it's looking like we have some time left. 53, maybe another 15 minutes or so. Skin's looking nice and tight. Looks like it'll get a good bite through here. I'm going to go ahead and rotate it again a little bit. Then we're going to come back in about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes, and give it another thermal a check with the instant read. Be back. Okay, we're going to give it another check here. Let's see what the internal temps are. Yeah, we're 160, 62, 165, 160, 60. All right, so we're right where we want to be. I'm going to go ahead and get these sauced up and then put back on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tray off, going to put a loading tray back on, and as I put each individual one on the tray, I'm going to dip it in some barbecue sauce that I mixed with apple juice. We're going to go ahead and do this for all of them and then remove the aluminum foil, and then we will be back here shortly. Okay, we got them all dipped and sauced. Now I'm going to hit them with a little bit of the Tony C's Cajun seasoning. Give it a little extra bite on there. Just enough. Okay. Now these two on the end here are the ones that we did not put any aluminum foil on, and they actually kept up pretty good this time. But you could see that you'll get some black and some kind of nasty looking stuff on here. Whereas the ones that that had foil, they look nice and clean. So we're gonna go ahead and let these finish cooking, and we're gonna come back out here in about half hour, let them get up to about 165, 170, and then take them off and chow down. All right, let's take a look, see if they're done. Oh yeah, these look perfect. Perfecto. So we'll go ahead and pull these off and give them a taste test. Okay everybody, so chicken legs are finished, looking great. Take a look here. We're gonna go ahead and take a bite, make sure it tastes good. Perfectly cooked, tender, bite through skin. Tastes fantastic, juicy, little spice, sweet. Exactly where you want it. Thanks again for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and talk to you later. Thanks.